Hey, what's up? It's Achilles, and today we're doing a deck profile. This time we're going to be doing it on Pudding. So I've been playing Pudding for a while since she's came out. I've been taking her to the locals. I've been playing on Sim Hardcore. So I just want to show my variant of the deck, and this deck has evolved as I've been playing, seeing its weaknesses, seeing what this deck can do good or counter some of the things. So let's talk about it. If you don't know what Pudding does, is when you're attacking, you can turn your top two cards that are face down, face up, and you get one Don rested, which really helps with the ramp, which is a reason why we do 4 of these violas, because you really want to see this by 3 Don. It's not searchable, but having this definitely is key, because once you swing with her, you'll have to, on 3 Don or 4 Don, you can either attach 2 Don to put in swing, leave 2 Don up to play her, put those face down, and then you don't have to worry about setting up Katakuri. Because the next turn, after you set up Katakuri, instead of trying to set up Katakuri, once you put those cards face down on your turn, you can swing with Pudding, get a Don, and then you can play Katakuri. And Katakuri, definitely a key part of this deck. He's a good 6-7 body. So after you ramped a turn, he gives you that extra ramp, and if you do that combo, guaranteed on like 3 Don, on your 3 Don turn, I think by the time they have 7 Don, you have 10 Don. So those two are like definitely cores in the deck. Running 4 of those. Now Bond Clay, and I do want to play more of the Bond Clay because he's essential. If you're going second. If you're going second and you can get him in your starting hand or the second card you draw, that will definitely accelerate, because you'll ramp with Pudding and then you'll ramp with him, which is really good, because then if you play Viola after that, you'll get to ramp again, just putting you up ahead. That's the only way you can really, I think that's the best ramping option for going second, is actually have these in your hand. Now, getting these in your hand, for some reason is very hard, and I'm only running 2, mainly because they're expensive. And you say, well, I could probably trade that 1 and get 2, but it's just late game. You don't want to see this, at least with the Viola. If you have like an 8 drop or a 6 drop, you can play that and a blocker. So it doesn't feel as bad. But if you play him and he just gets KO'd, it late game, it's not that great. It is a 1k counter in hand, but that's tends to what happens towards the late game, is he's just a 1k, and those are your ramping options. And then definitely for the core of this deck, you want to have 4 of these big moms. I definitely like having every version of the card. Definitely got to work on getting a different version there, but it's self-explanatory. This is the whole reason why you want to get the 10 as early as possible, because if you can get the 10 while they're on 7 Don, even if they are somehow able to KO this, if you play another one, or if you chain these back to back, it is very devastating for them, especially if they're a 4 life leader and they took a hit early. It's definitely devastating to get these out on them, because you'll heal and then they'll take a damage. But then I run 3 Katakuris as well. This one is kind of key because there's a lot of 8 drops that your opponent will have. So when you're playing this deck, for the most part, your monsters and your characters and your leader not really going to be swinging at life. You're going to let Big Mom kind of take their life away, These cards are going to be focused towards characters, and Katakuri is one of those ones that can handle like the 8-drop Kid, the Gecko Moria, just 8-drops that are going to be problematic. Now, once the 8-drop Gecko Moria drops, he still leaves 2 other cards that are potentially problems. But if you're able, like I said, on the 7 Dawn turn, if you're able to drop the Lin and put them in like a bad position, even if they do drop the Gecko Moria, they're dropping like blockers and they're not really dropping attackers, and that's kind of how you play defense, is by playing a lot of offense where they have to address the blockers, because if they don't play the blockers, they die. If you're in a situation where they can play Gecko Moria and they get attackers out and they're not worried about your attack, like, are they able to clear your board, then it's not really good for you. But these definitely take care of a lot of 8-drops and under. I actually played these instead of the Lin-Lins, the 9-drop Lin-Lin, because you have no cost reduction in this deck, and she can only hit a 6. And there's so many cards that are a problem. Now, you do get to heal with her, which is nice, but that's why we depend on our triggers, I would say. And this one definitely comes in handy. You definitely want to have these. The big moms can put them into life if you don't see them in there. The only bad thing about it is pudding can expose them, so it won't be a surprise, and they can kind of plan around it, or maybe swing big with their last hit to make sure that you take it and that the beige is ineffective. It is still good to have this 2K in your hand. And we have our searchers next. You're gonna need these searchers because, like I said, at 7, when your opponent's at 7 Dawn or 8 Dawn, you want to be able to play your Lin-Lins as soon as you hit 10. And again, this one is great because you can see this in trigger. You can see this in life. And if you don't have a Kaido Lin-Lin and you need to just take that hit, like, it's not a gamble. You know that it's coming, and you get the trigger, you get the free search on their turn. That way you get your that way you get your Lin-Lin, and you're able to play her on curve. That's the one thing about pudding that is really good, is you can see when your big moms are in life, or you can see when your other cards. Now, because we have so many cards that are heavy costed, 10 drop to 8 drop, and the searcher event, you definitely want to play 0 events. I think on the sim, I'm running 4 of these, which are good to find in Life Blast. This one is also good too, because if you don't get your ideal combo in a ramp, you do have this option, and if you see it in life, you can decide to take the hit and get that extra ramp. That way you're not left at 9 Dawn, and you can play your Lin-Lins. Brulees, again, just like the beige, are nice. These things can get put on stage. It's a target for Katakuri to throw back in life. So you're effectively healing and getting a free blocker and protecting it from being KO'd. These are really, really nice because my Lin-Lins have definitely put them from the top deck to my life so many times. Or it's a good early game against some of your bad matchups like Zoro. These can stop him from going from game or like chipping at you early. Same with the Violas. You can kind of drop those down, or get these triggers out of life and kind of protect yourself. And here's another one of my ramps that are like, it's not core to it, but it is nice to see, because again, if they're playing around your Katakuri and you're not able to get the ideal setup, there could be a time where your life are face down, and you can't use your Katakuri to ramp. And just having this option just to play it, you get to draw a card, and you ramp a card, and drawing that card can get you closer to Lin Lin. And then if you're at 10 life and you're able to put her in life with the category, then you're able to draw a card, play her out. You play her out, draw that card, and then category can put her back in life, and then you get to draw another card, just getting you to see the cards that you need. It is good. I can consider going up, but you definitely gonna need some other. Well, I definitely like to use these other two ramp options, which gives you KOs and ramp. So you lose out on a body, but if you can get rid of one of their problematic bodies and still get Lin Lin out on curve, it is really nice. And the trigger is also something you can think of. So if you see it in life, you can add that up and you can decide to take the hit and get to 10 as fast as possible. Now, I only run one of these. This is really good against like the Dofi, the Chopper, the Zoro. This gets rid of two bodies that's 6 and under. And also in black, it also helps because when they want to play Rebecca and do the whole Rebecca combo and get like 5 characters out on field, I've definitely used this to get rid of 2 or more, and I'll talk a little bit more about that combo when I get to my spice at the end. And now you'll see my other 2K counters. I only run 8 right now, and that's just because I'm going a little bit more aggressive. I do have the 0 cost in there, which I feel like balance it out. But the Black Marias, and there's a reason for those Black Marias, and we'll talk about that later. But this card here is actually key. So as I said, on your 7 Dawn turn, you want to play your big moms. If you can play your big moms and you on your opponent's 9 Dawn turn, you can play this guy while you have 10 Dawn. So you essentially get to play, you play this card, you trash him for 2, and then you get to play a category that's 9 or less. So either this guy or this guy. Now, I normally end up playing this guy, and this guy can either get rid of one of their bodies, and that's getting rid of one of their 8 cost bodies for only 2 Dawn, and then leaving me more Dawn for this guy, which gets rid of another 2 bodies. So I can either get rid of 3 of their bodies, or I can get rid of 2 of their bodies and heal for only 8 Dawn, and I still have 2 Dawn left over, which I've used before with my searchers. I used 2 searchers to find this guy in order to do that combo, or just find your missing pieces, because all of these, this isn't searchable by putting. Oh, actually, this is searchable by putting, and your we're going to claim the One Piece. So this is searchable by both your search cards. Katakuri is searchable. This Katakuri, so you're able to search for this and hit that combo, and use 8 Dawn to get rid of like 3 monsters, or you can do a mixture of using this, playing a Capone, putting it at the bottom of life, or playing a Brulee, putting it at the bottom of life, or even like I said, the Miss All Sunday, you could play her for 5, play him, that's 7, get the category added to the top of, add her either to the top or bottom of your life, most likely the top, and when they swing into you, you get to play a body and you get to draw a card. So there's a lot of value with this card. I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on this, but I want you guys to test it out and just let me know how y'all feel about it. And this card is key. I wish I could play more than just one, but the problem is it is definitely dependent on the matchup. This card, you really want to see it in certain matchups. This is another reason why I run so many searches, because in those matchups I need to find this card. And that's like the Bonnie, because there's cards like Zoro. You can't get rid of Zoro with pudding unless you run Rygo. That's the only way. But if you're playing big moms, you're healing, you're staying away from that one life. And I feel like as pudding, getting to one life is really, it feels really bad. And I think most of the time you'll lose getting down to one life. So Rygo isn't really, I don't feel like it's viable in here. But at least with the Kaido Lin, you can have different combos that you can do with it. I think against a Black Yellow Luffy, it is key, because out of nowhere, so if they get to 7 Dawn and they still have 3 life, or 3 or 2 lives, you can definitely game them by just playing this, letting it sit there for a turn. They can't really KO it, and then unless they have Ice Age, and then it comes back to your turn. You play another Big Mom, which loses them a life. Then you swing with whatever else you have on board, and then you can swing with this, take another, like rip another life from them. So like that's why I said if they have 3 or 2, if they can't block all those, they can't block all of that, they still have a 12k after you take that, after you rip that last life for them to block out of. And since you haven't touched their life and they've been at like either 2 or 3 lives, they don't have that leader effect in play. So it really kind of throws them off when you drop this down and then they lose 2 life to a Big Mom effect, and then they have to block a 12k swing on top of if you did like a full board swing at them. This really comes clutch in that matchup. It comes clutch against Zoro because you can play this on their 7 Dawn turn. So when it goes to their 9 Dawn turn, if they play the Zoro, you blow it up. You blow the whole thing up. If they don't play the Zoro, the Bonnie cannot really get rid of this card because they have no cost reduction. So you can just let it sit there. You can swing for 12, or you can not swing for 12 and just let it sit there until they decide they want to play something that you want to blow up. Now they can play Rosinante, but you can use cards like your 6 cost events to kind of get rid of those cards. And in fact, these cards come clutch against Basil Hawkins because you can rest all your characters, and then if you have 6 Dawn left over, hit that Basil Hawkins and he has no defense against it. There's another reason why I play it that way. The Zoro matchup, this can blow up the field. It's hard. You gotta try to defend as much as possible and then blow up the field once he fills up the field. It can come clutch that way, and then your Black Marias can get you back. So once you blow up the field, you can heal twice. Like if you do play the Big Mom and then this and then swing with this, you'll heal twice. So then you'll have 2 face down cards for your pudding to do a swing and get that one rested. That way on the next turn you'll have 3 Dawn, and then you can play your Black Maria. And also if you don't have that combo in hand and then you come back with 2 Dawn, then you have this guy Katakuri who can drop a 8 drop or a 6 drop when you only have 2 Dawn and your opponent has more Dawn than you. So that's just kind of how I have this deck set up. I think I got like a 2nd place, and I can show you my other variants of the deck that I played, and those are I was getting like last place, and I was just seeing all the flaws on how I built it. I think I wasn't running any Kaido Linlins at all, and I wasn't running I can show you guys, but I feel like this one has the best chance against all the decks, but it still feels bad playing some of those matchups. So we'll switch over to sim. I'll show you some of those sim matchups, and I want you guys to let me know after. All right, so this is just the deck I landed on, just in sim view. This is the one that I'm feeling the great with. I'll show you my first version of the deck, which is this one here. It's similar. Like I said, I had the 9 drops in there, I had the 8 drops in there, I had some 10 drops. It really felt bad going behind and not be able to get rid of like the Gecko Moria. Like, yes, you heal and you get a 9k body, which is nice, but just the fact that this guy can get rid of the geckos, the kids, the stuff that's really scary. And also I had the 10 drop ace in there. Healing and rushing was good. It just, he felt bad in hand when you had like 3 or 4 life, but he was like your only big body, so like healing for 1 but not damaging them just didn't feel good to me. And this card I liked in there. Most of the time I ditched him, but if I did play him, it was because I didn't have like a Katakuri to play or a ramp option. So that's why I added the other ramp options at a 6 cost, because yes, it's nice to organize your life and see what's in your life. It definitely sucks to not ramp and go to like 9 Don or 8 Don, and like basically lose the advantage of what this deck is. Okay, so with that being said, let's go into the first match. Really took me time to choose if I was gonna go with that hand. I didn't have any ramp in there, but I did have a searcher, so I was like, let me see if I can find one, and I did. And now that I have a ramp and I'm going second, I really just need to ramp twice, 1 with leader and 1 with character. So I went ahead and grabbed the Katakuri just for late game. Now I have 2 late game characters. She did Dawn up and swing at me, which means I can do this cheeky play and do a 5-6 to her, to the body, get some cards out of her hand, and she ended up taking it, which is always good for us, taking it early in the 5 life leader. That bond clay that we needed the turn before is right there, and now we also have a pseudo blocker. We have that 7 Don. So I'm just calculating what I'm going to do here. If I do play the Katakuri, I think that's what the best play is. Oh no, actually, yeah, let's get rid of that carrot like ASAP. That's what I went with, because it stands a Dawn up. She gets a free leader ability from it. I really needed to get rid of that, and I was like, I have these 2 drop Katakuris that she can't really KO, so I can really just get a character, ramp a Dawn, and still get that character out. And bam, she goes for my for that, not my life, which is good. And she gets no value from the Bonnie. Doesn't freeze on play anything. I'm at the 10 Don. I'm deciding what I want to do here. Do I really want to play the 6 drop Katakuri and the 10 drop, or do I want to wait? But she is gonna rest it, so I'm like, if she's gonna rest it, she's gonna swing into it. And I didn't notice, I think I also didn't notice that she rested my Dawn until like now. So now I'm like, okay, well, I'll just play the 8 drop Katakuri then. And then next turn, I'll have that. So now I have two bodies, big bodies on the field, and I'll drop a Big Mom next turn. The Rosinante 8 drop, it's cool. I can't KO his carrot anymore. But I can still swing into it. She'll probably rest the 7 drop. I still get to swing with the 5. And play the Big Mom. So I think I'm debating if I go into life or give her that Bonnie back. And I'm like, no, I don't think so. We'll swing into life. We got a 2K, which is great. And I established the Kaido Linlin. And I think I established the Kaido Linlin here just in case Zoro comes. If not, I can definitely still blow up her field, and I still won't feel bad. Yeah, because she has me down to 1 life. That's not great. And I counter here. Maybe should have countered the smaller attack, but I really wanted to. I think I really wanted to see what my last card was, or get close to that last card. But we'll deploy here. You have to swing with the Big Mom, so the best play is to play that. Because if not, she'll rest your leader. So, in order to use that 10 down, I had to play the Big Mom. I'll heal, and she'll lose 2 lives. And this game totally reversed. Now I have 3 lives and now she has 1 life. I have a big body. She doesn't. And it doesn't also look like. I think she really wanted to just KO this. Because whatever she played wouldn't have KO'd it. I'm thinking if she had Dofi in hand, I think that still would have been a better play to freeze both my attackers. And kind of let her get herself back. I didn't swing with my Kaido Linlin only because I did want to see what my life was, and just help me plan out my turn. So instead of like defending this life, I definitely take it. That way I can search or find something that I need. I think I wanted to go with Searcher here. I think the Black Maria wouldn't have been bad either, but I already had one. Just getting a 2K in life. I definitely misplayed here. I think I wanted to play the Katakuri, but I ended up attaching to Don instead. Which isn't horrible, but I definitely get to blow up life. If this Kaido Linlin lives, now that I have this 10K. If it doesn't, I do have the Big Mom to heal. And I ended up blocking that life. If I played the Katakuri out, then I definitely take it. Well, I'll block that one and take the Don Flamingo maybe into life. Just depends where he swung, but I had to block that so he didn't swing into me and put me on like 0 or 1. But now that I'm at 10 life, I'm okay with losing that. Yeah, so we'll take that. And now that I have 3 lives, he has no lives. I could swing into life. But I wanted to get rid of his character for sure. Now, him putting my character sideways, I did not expect that. If I knew that, I probably could have swung into life. And then use the Black Maria to swing into the Searcher, but they may have blocked the Black Maria. But so this was like a guarantee like KO for that. But because of that, he gets this. It's not guaranteed. If I had a 2K in hand, I definitely would have been able to block that. But I still don't feel bad because he hasn't gone for life, so now I can play this Big Mom and heal again. And then swing for 5. He gets a free block, but no, I actually just end my turn and give it to him and see what he's gonna do. If he can't rest my Big Mom and swing into it, I go 22 to life. If not, I go 15 to life. He could have rested my Big Mom and has some Dawn to swing into it, but I guess he chose not to. All right, so now we're looking at this is one of our tougher matchups because he gets to be aggressive. Now it's a little bit easier than Zoro because he does take his own life, so that makes this a little bit easier for us. Because definitely when we drop our Big Moms, he'll be at a lower number. We got the Bond Clay, which is perfect because that kind of puts us where we want to be. It guarantees that, I guess on turn 5 we're at 10 Dawn. Puts us a turn earlier, and we're kind of tied with him, so we're a turn ahead of him. Now he does play Magellan, which throws us off of our curve, or throws us off of where we want to be. But because we have that rampant life, we can easily take one of these hits and be okay back on curve. And even if we didn't have the rampant life, we have the Katakuri to just guarantee that we get. So yeah, he decided not to swing at us for us to get that ramp that we wanted, which we were okay with, because now he's at 2 life. He has to defend, give us 2 cards here. Use that card action and then give us another card, R2, which he actually takes, which puts him at a really bad position. Only thing is we have no Big Mom. So we'll see what he does here. We know what this card was. We don't need the ramp anymore, so we'll keep it. Bam. And we got the trigger to get the Big Mom a turn ahead. I think we would have drawn it anyway, but that at least gets all those other smaller bodies out of the way and possibly another Big Mom draw. Bam. He's at 0. Now he has a blocker. And I just do that because I want to see if there's any Big Moms or what's in life. So we're in a really good position. He's at 3 life. We have a 22 attack. He does heal. And heals us, putting us in not too bad of a situation. We'll go ahead and get that back to hand. And yeah, we don't see what we want exactly here, but we can definitely KO. Yeah, so we're gonna just sit there and look for something. Yeah, get another put in. I think we wanted to get another Big Mom, which I mean we could have just took the Katakuri, but I also didn't want to add anything to his life. I mean, I guess we could have added a put into our life. We'll get rid of, we'll Dawn up attack into it. Okay, he didn't defend it, so he was gonna die anyway. I can really just Dawn up everything on her, but I just kept 3 alive, just put a blocker up, defend myself. And bam, he heals again. I doubt he wants to throw something into my life here. He does a 6. I debated about taking that or not, but I did have that blocker again. He's making it a little tough for me to kill him. He doesn't have too many cards in hand. So I just want to see if I can get 2 out. I got 2 out. Get rid of it, and we're just gonna play this slow play. Like normally, I think I wanted to just like try to go for game, try to get cards out of his life, but I would have just added a card to his life and possibly giving him another big mom or another heal for his turn. So I'm just thinking, I think like to myself, I'm thinking he doesn't have too many cards in hand. I thought he was gonna drop another blocker, but yeah, he forgot I had a blocker, I assume. Viola's kind of text is big, so I guess he didn't see. But yeah, so we KO his blocker, throw 7, see if we can get 2 cards out of his hand. Look at my trigger, look at my life just to see what's going on. We'll go 9, guarantee that hit, and then guarantee the 12. All right, now we're playing. Started at 14 or 14 Luffy, like I like to call him. This is a good hand. We have our Viola. We're going first, and we have 2 searchers. That means we can search twice. Play a Viola, ramp, and then next turn ramp twice. So it's looking good. We got a total of 3 ramps. That means on turn, what is it, 5? I'll be at 10 Don. Or is it 4? Yeah, turn 4, I'll be at 10 Don. But yeah, we get our search. We're not really seeing our big bodies, and we do see Beige in life. You definitely want to see him in life, but you don't want to see him in life that early. And we also noticed that this guy isn't playing, so I probably would have normally blocked that, because this guy isn't playing Straw Hats, I think. Just from the cards that he's searching, I got greedy with this Viola and I didn't block with it. But we got our combo down, but what we did not get is a big mom. So we're perfect on our curve. We have our 10 Don going into the next turn, but we have no big characters to play. And he's building a little small board. Now, if he starts swinging 5s at me, that is definitely dangerous. I would have to get rid of my hand or look in my life. Or yeah, just take the swing. There's something about Black where they need to just KO your characters. He got rid of Asanji for it. I decided not to use my trigger. Yeah, because I'm looking for that big mom and I need that search. And again, I don't find the big mom, but I can get rid of his big board, which I'll definitely do. And again, I'm being really greedy with this Viola. She's still on life. I could have used her as a blocker, but we finally find pieces that we need. And I could have grabbed one of the categories. That's 2 categories down. That means I have 1 category left to go with that with that 2 drop. And I actually could have played him, I think, this turn. I don't know. How many down is he at? Only at 6. No, I couldn't have played him. Bam and bam. There's my 2 big moms in life. So I knew they were. I had a feeling, like I didn't see any, and like, yeah, we laughed at it. Like, there's just nothing we could do. I thought I hit end turn here. So let me fast forward. Oh yeah, never mind. I was too astonished by those 2 big moms being in life. He established the Nico Robin, and that's a problem. Because even if I start playing the big moms, I think I take, yeah, I just take here because like once I play the Big Mom, I'll heal. And yeah, I forget he's a. Oh, I thought he was a 6 cost, but he wasn't. He doesn't have any cards in the hand, so now I can start healing up. Now I have this Viola again, and it's been sitting there for a while. Now that I'm low life, I definitely want to block with it, but let's see what he does. He has a Nico Robin. He has a lot of minus. I think he went for, and there was the Brook, so he does play the Brook in here. And that's just what I get, because now when I kind of need it, I don't have it. And he drops the Sabo, which is fine with me because I'm swinging that board anyway. He only has 1 card in hand. I could have swung at board with yeah. And I guess I went for life. I think I should have went for board, but I guess I wanted him to turn his Sabo sideways. I got the card out of hand, which is great because now yeah. We'll swing, get rid of her, and I don't know why I didn't swing at the thingy. I can't see its life right now where I'm sitting. So now he starts swinging 5s at me, which isn't great, but I can definitely heal, and I definitely don't have any counter in hand. So this is problematic. Yeah, and he can go for game here. And yeah, I lose, and then that's the kind of thing. It seemed like I was on top. I could have addressed board, but I didn't. And I mean, that's sort of my fault. I probably should have gotten rid of those smaller bodies. I did swing into life. I noticed that now when I could have swung into board. I did get one of his 2Ks, but yeah, I think I definitely should have just swung into board. Just wipe that down, and I think I might have lived, but again, I didn't have a lot of counters, and that hand was like one of the most unfortunate ones. But let me know what you guys think. I'm out, and see you next time.